What's going on, everybody? Oh man, it's good to be back. Whew, it's been a while. And tonight, as you guys are aware, you see in the title, we're talking about the Men in Black. Uh, I have Josh here with me. It's gonna be me and Josh tonight.
What's up?
And yeah, I'm ready for this, man. I am. I have to admit, I'm a little nervous. It's been a while.
It's been a minute, Kevin. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, what was it, like a month? It feels like.
Like 5 years.
But But so with that, since I've been gone, we got a sponsor. So that's awesome. Raise Energy. We really appreciate it. You can go check out go check them out at Josh. I'll post that link. Sorry, takes me a minute here. Boom. Check that out. You can use our checkout code, which is what you sent that to me. Where is it now?
Hey, Lisa, he can act like Kayla. Put some lipstick on.
WPR's Ghost. Promo code. Do you have that in there? People can see that?
Yeah.
Promo code WPR's Ghost.
Promo code.
I got it. I typed it in.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was like in our page somewhere hidden.
Oh, no.
Like I could point. Get that somewhere.
You only get that discount from our live stuff, man. Only, exclusively. You gotta send that link to him.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not Kayla tonight. Yeah, I'm catching up here. Hopefully I do just as good. But so yeah, we have a lot of new stuff coming up. You guys have seen our commercial that we put out, our little commercial about the one chip challenge. So get to following our page once we get 6,000 followers.
6,000, right? We're at 4,600 right now.
4,600, and we appreciate every single one of you guys' follows, and you guys tune in. We really appreciate that. But it's going to be,
Kevin, I don't understand how we have 4,500 likes, but then 700 followers. Like, how do you unlike a page but you still follow? I don't get it.
Well, there is a follow button, and then there's a like button.
Well, I thought if you automatically follows you if they click like.
No. Well, yes. If you like, you also follow, but there's also just a follow button, but you don't like.
I hate Facebook.
Yeah, I know. We have a lot of things we're frustrated with that about. But yeah, the one chip challenge is going to be me, James, and Kayla, right?
God,
you're not going to do this
no,
one, right?
God will be watching you. From a distance. From a distance. I have done it once with Joshua Leonard, and I will never, ever do that again.
Yeah.
I felt like I was dying every 5 minutes.
And then there's one other new thing that we're doing. Start of April, so April 1st. It's not a joke. No April Fool's joke going on here. But we will be doing a weight loss challenge. So me, James, and Kayla will be, and Josh is going to be the referee because he is, Josh is quite slim compared to the rest of us, so it doesn't really count for him. But you'll be the referee because we have rules. So if we do not hit our goal, which we will set an arbitrary number, it will be different between each one of us. And once we hit that goal, we won't have to shave our head. But if we don't hit the goal, we have to shave our head. So yeah, we're all agreeing to that.
Wait, hold. Wait, who? Kayla's gonna shave her head if she don't make her goal?
Kayla's not shaving her head. She is cutting a lot of her hair off.
Okay.
And shaving her eyebrows.
Like G.I. Jane?
Me and James will be shaving our heads. I tried to get him to shave his beard, but he said he has some issue with his sensitive skin.
Whatever.
And so the first one to hit the goal, though, hit their goal, gets to play a prank on live stream. So while we're doing this, live, we'll be playing a prank on the other two. I already have mine picked out. I have one for each of them. So it should be fun.
So there is a delay, but Elisa, I will never do the one chip ever again. And second, Kayla is... Kayla, reconfirm, Kayla is going to shave her head? Like, are you talking about like G.I. Jane style?
But she is going to cut it a lot. So we don't have like an exact measurement of how, but she's going to have very short hair.
Oh, we need to know that. We need to know how many inches she cut off, because that makes it a better challenge.
It will be a drastic cut because if we don't, we've all agreed if we don't make it something that we really don't want to do, then this whole thing will just die off.
Well, who wants to work? Who wants to work out?
I do.
Does James?
I don't know. I don't give a shit.
most people I know hate working out. Hate it.
I don't get me wrong. It is not like something I want to do, but I need to do it. As you're aware, is that I had a family scare. That's why I've been gone for a month. But my mother, but she's doing much better now. So everyone's prayers and positive thoughts and all that has really helped us get through all this. And it really was a wake up call for a lot of my family, everyone to just do better, So that's why I'm enjoying my last few beers.
Okay. Well, I do have a video
for a
Kevin,
while.
I want to show you and show the audience.
Oh yeah.
And I really think you'll like this.
Okay.
All right, 1 second, guys.
In here. Go in this room here. Go to the right. There's a demon on the floor. Oh shit! That's a walker. Are you good?
I died. Good Jesus Christ, guys. That was legit fucking scary.
I couldn't see her. She was on me.
Watch the stream. I fucking jumped.
Oh shit! That's a walker.
Cute.
Sorry.
That was scary. That was scary. Don't even. That was like the last time I was on here too.
Yeah. Yep. Thought you get a chuck out of there. I when the podcast when you weren't there the next week, we showed it. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, I saw you posted it on our page as well. Not enough views for you, or you just
not
want to show
enough
more
views,
people?
More people. It was hilarious. All right. Let me see here.
Well, tonight, you guys, we're gonna get into it here. We do have a video for you. It is another Nukes Top 5. It's not about the Men in Black, because we are going to be talking about a lot of the stories you will find online and things like that. So that was one reason we didn't want to repeat everything to you, through another video. So, but we'll have a good scary video hopefully for you.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready, man. Let's do this thing.
Yeah, dude. All right. So, let's see. The Men in Black, right? The first story that I was able to find, I think we both. One thing I want to say, we found a lot of the same stuff when we were doing our research, which.
Did you see a lot
I'm
of
not surprised.
when you did a lot of your when you did a lot of your research? Did you see that some of the people that made the actual movie Men in Black got the idea and theory off of what has been happening, since the 40s?
Yeah.
Which is, I didn't know that. I thought when you said Men in Black, like what, the movie, like 1 or 2?
No. So, there was one thing when the Earth stood still. That the original movie, in the 40s or something like that. I saw something. This isn't even part of the stuff that I even put on the page, but it was like one of the first major sci-fi movies to ever hit the big screen. And the theory a lot of the UFO people have is like the writer and director were like all some weirdly connected to the military. One of them was in the military, and one of them was connected to some other people in the military, and they decided to make a sci-fi movie about aliens. And people were like, was this the government like influencing Hollywood to come out with a alien theory, to hide some of the, as you'll see when I talk about, to hide some of the weird classified flights that they were doing at the time, to maybe put it in their head that it's aliens and not the government and their secrets, or to ease us into aliens existing, and they already knew about it in the 40s.
Well, have you seen the Alien Encounters of Fifth Kind? Yeah. Have you never watched it?
No, we want to. We have not. With you told me about it, and then all my life has been upside down for a month.
So in that they talk about, the government admitting to abducting people, like they did it, and that part of this ruse of the aliens and scaring, the public since the 50s about aliens are bad and stuff like that, is that when the war comes, people will help fight because they think aliens are bad. And that's because the government's been filling our heads through all this, Men in Black stuff, this stuff, they're bad, they're horrible people, blah, blah, blah. And he's saying that that's the opposite. It's a...
Abby's saying she's seen The Fifth Kind. Did you watch it without me? She watched it without me.
Yeah. So it's an interesting theory because, since I was a kid, I was scared of aliens because of movies, because of what people have said, because we're scared of the unknown. And they're saying that, even if they came to us, Kevin, even if they came here, if they're able to do interdimensional travel, like, they already can kill us. There's no doubt behind they're so far ahead of us.
No, so Abby said that was the one about the therapist in Alaska. No, that was Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind.
Yeah, so Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind is out on Netflix.
The Fifth Kind is isn't it like a documentary?
Yeah, it's like almost 3-hour documentary with Dr. Greer, which is, he's not crazy. Like, everybody knows who he is. And they had, like, Air Force retired generals on there admitting to abducting people.
Yeah, Abby, this is a different one than what we watched. I remember watching that when we were dating. This Fifth Kind is something different.
It's on Amazon Prime, free, and it's really, really good. It's like almost 3 hours. But I was like, he gets really deep in it. That gets me like too far. Like, no, there's no way. But some of the stuff he's talking about. But that's how he got all the way to the Gateway Experience because of that movie. All the stuff that's led to that, which is really weird. So,
which you guys do every Monday night. Boom, plug.
Plug.
So was it? So one of our stories that we both came across. I have done a little bit of research on this one. So this is one of the earliest ones that we were able to find. The date was June 1947. Harold Duval.
This is sad. I really hate the end of this.
So this Harold, his son, and his dog went out to their boat to get it all ready to go sailing. And when they were getting it ready, they're getting it ready in Murray Island, or
in Washington.
Yeah, Maury Island in Washington. And when they were getting the boat ready, Harold saw 6 UFOs. So 6 flying saucers in the sky overhead. And one of them had a malfunction, crashed near him, killing his dog and injuring his son. And when this happened, he ran and got his friend and retired military pilot, Fred Chrisman. Story on Fred, a little bit here, is he did come out with a short story in one of the books. I forget what the book was called. Sorry, off the top of my head, I can't remember. But he talked about fighting some monsters off in a cave. So he wasn't all there, some people say. In World War II, when he was in European in the European countries, he was stuck in a cave and fought off monsters, supposedly. Something I found in my research that was a little tidbit. But he came and helped, and he saw the wreckage, and a lot of people are like, "Wow, you have 3 people seeing this wreckage," and at the same time, Harold took pictures. So he took a bunch of pictures of it, and I did look this up. In 1947, the Polaroid instant camera did just come out. So that is possible. And I was thinking, I'm like, how can this guy take in 1947 a bunch of pictures of a flying saucers? But it was a thing. So, but yeah, his dog did die. They did see
Sad.
this.
That's horrible.
Yeah, I know,
Horrible.
I know. You know, and his son was injured. You know, all that, and so I think they just told them, but Fred was kind of a loudmouth about it. And the next morning, after dealing with a lot of this stuff, Fred got a knock on his door. And it was a gentleman in a black suit and invited him out to coffee, which, as you'll see, is like actually the nicest thing any of them has done so far. So it takes him out for coffee and they talk about the incident. He hears Fred's side of the story. And he was getting ready to leave, and as the man in black was getting ready to leave, he said, "You will keep this to yourself. You'll keep this everything you saw to yourself, or bad things will happen to you." And by that time, it was too late. Even just a day, it was too late. Newspapers already were aware of it, local newspapers, and it was starting to get into more and more people were finding out because it was in the news. So. Nothing that I am aware of bad happened to Harold, other than he then, after a few years, he recanted.
So Kelly,
And if you,
Kelly
Go
asked
ahead.
you a question. He said,
what did they call?
Yeah.
What do you call one that seems to be imitating? Let's see.
Fake? I don't know. I don't know that one. There's always somebody that imitates something. So we'll never know if it's true or not because there's so many people that fake it and there's so many people that, it really happened to. Like this story you're talking about.
And it could be just intimidation, you
Yep.
know. And I think back in the day there was, we'll talk about this as the stories go on, but back in the day, meeting in person was normal. Nowadays, it's more over the internet.
But not unannounced though, right? People showing up unannounced wasn't normal, right? Back then?
Well, yes, but how you communicated with people,
Yeah.
a lot of it was face to face or a phone call. And nowadays, a lot of it's cyber. It's over the internet, emails, backroom chat rooms or backdoor chat rooms. If you're in the UFO world and stuff like that, you're getting into the weird. They have special channels for that stuff. But I think it's a little bit more different now. Meeting in person, it doesn't necessarily have to be a man in black anymore. I think that stereotype's kind of gone. My personal opinion, not saying that that's true, but as the story goes on, I'll give you my opinion on why I think that stereotype of a man in black, because that's intimidating. That's really intimidating to me. But
it's noticeable.
there's more things.
It's noticeable too. I mean, if you see everybody wearing normal clothes, all the guys wearing some weird black.
Yeah. And everyone has cell phone cameras, video cameras. It's just a little too obvious now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If these are like actual men in black that could be aliens or whatever, some people describe them as robotic, emotionless. That would be easy to catch on film now and would probably catch a lot of attention. So it would be more harm than good for the people that are trying to intimidate others. At least I think,
Yeah.
Well, but he recanted. So he said this happened. The government coaxed him into saying that it was.
Well, they did.
Fake.
They did an investigation.
Yes.
And the government first was the one to say it was fake, and then they said.
And Harold agreed. And then they both recanted, and later came the government as well as Harold said, no, this really happened.
What would you do, Kevin, if I was the government, I came to you and I said, if you say this is real, you're going to die, or your wife's going to die? What would you say? Hey, this shit's fake.
Yeah, I know, right?
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, like you said, the guy was already crazy already, so maybe that throws it out.
Frederick Lowe. Sorry, man.
What's up, Feely? But I don't know. It's just, some of these things,
The story. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg, really.
Yeah.
The stories just get more and more odd,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I would love just to experience it.
Yeah.
Say, hey, Kevin. He doesn't know.
I mean, I don't know. I honestly, if a guy came to me, and said that, I don't know. I don't know. If someone threatened to hurt my family and kid,
Yeah.
I'd be furious, scared, and I wouldn't know what to do.
Well, I got one for you, Kevin. If you're still, are you still got one? Is you still talking about your first one?
No, you're good. If you want to talk about the third one, and I'll go over the one above that one after, because I don't know much about the third one.
Oh, so you're talking about Robert? Talk about Robert.
I'm talking about Jackson. You talk about Jack, and I'll talk about Robert.
Okay. So Kelly O'Brien said one stopped him.
Yeah, so high temper voice, dark gray suit, pink shirt, yellow tie with black check marks, brown pants, left shoe was brown and right.
Wait, one stopped you, Kelly. Why? Do you know why he stopped you?
To get me to go to someplace in Indiana.
Wait, did you see a UFO or something? Because supposedly, the Men in Black come to you when you see UFOs. That's what all the stories I've seen so far.
Yeah, that's how a lot of them line up, or either UFOs or unidentified objects. Not necessarily the UFO that we think of alien, but
Kelly, how old were you when this happened? Let's see what he responds. I hate our delay on this. So I'm gonna, while he responds to that, or she, while they respond to that, I'm going to get into Jack Robinson from 1968. So there was a guy. His name was Jack Robinson. In New Jersey, this is another sign of the Men in Black. So Jack, he was a UFO researcher, and his wife was not. And him and his wife were being terrorized by one person who was described as Man in Black. Now, it only happened for 3 days, but this person kept on. It was basically always outside their apartment. So he did report to the police what was going on, and he took a picture of this person. I'm going to bring it up here in a second. But he said that during those 3 days, when he would come home from work, their apartment looked like somebody rummaged through it. Not like somebody stole something, but was looking for something. But he was able to snap a picture of this person. And again, he was a UFO researcher, had some evidence that he was going to make public, and he decided not to after this happened. Now, he never was approached by the Man in Black. That person was just always standing outside his apartment. So here's a picture of the guy that they're talking about. So on stream, if you can see that, it's an older picture. And I've seen some jokes like, hey, that suit could have been blue. It's a black and white picture. It was 1986. And what did he say? Yes, I saw a couple UFOs in August 1986. He was 14. Okay. But he wanted you to go back to Indiana? That's crazy. That is creepy. But this is a picture that he took with his wife. He did report to the police department. And then after those 3 days, guy never showed up ever again. But he did not release his research that he was going to release, which was weird. So maybe he did get approached, just not saying anything about it, or didn't want to talk about it. Some people said, nope, this is too much for me. I'm done, and just drop it. So it's kind of cool. Well, there's mine, Kevin. There's one of mine. What do you got?
Yeah, let's see. There's so much information coming out by DoD about UFOs.
I know. There's a lot of it. A lot of it. And that's what's hard sometimes too, Kevin, is that you can't tell, is it real or fake? We can't tell because there's so much dropping out.
So one of the things that we've talked about, we've talked about aliens before on here. We talked about aliens on here before, and there were some videos captured posted back in July, or June, not quite for sure when. but we talked about it. We had a podcast about it,
What's up, James?
and they were of military equipment capturing these UFOs, unidentified objects, flying around that they could not figure out what they were, and that got released to the public, and the OSI, which is the Air Force's police, basically uh, verified that this was a military, this was captured by them, and is confirmed, to be
But
legit videos.
it wasn't a military object though, right? But the military confirmed that
They
saw
did not capture military objects. It wasn't the video camera that they had was from a military piece of equipment, but what they were recording was not of another military piece of equipment.
Yeah.
It was of something that they did not know.
Did you hear about that one?
Unidentified origin.
Did you hear that one UFO that was sighted about a month ago by an airline, and it was all over the freaking news?
You mentioned it to me, but I had not seen anything about this.
Yeah, there's like there's an audio clip on YouTube where you hear the pilot saying, "Hey, this flash of light just came across our actual windshield like it was a UFO, and wasn't declassified, nothing. It was released to the public immediately," which was kind of cool to hear that.
Well, getting back to things here, another story. Robert Richardson, 1967, in Ohio. He was driving on the road, and all of a sudden he struck a UFO, and after he struck it, it vanished. Darth Vader. What, James?
My vape.
Oh, yes. He struck the UFO, and after he struck it, it vanished. And he got out of his car, was checking around, looking at the damage of his vehicle, and he noticed some piece of debris that did not look like something from his vehicle. He grabbed it and he took it. And he told nobody of this experience, from what I remember researching. He told no one of this. He did take it to a research facility, and they did know about it. They were the only ones to know about it. And he had called them and asked for updates on the material to figure out what it was. And then at one day, after he got done talking to them, he had a knock on his door by two gentlemen, both in Men in Black, and they were very threatening. I think they were the ones that were described as very pale, no hair, no eyebrows, even having very ruby lips, I believe. And they said that he basically, they asked him to give him the piece of debris that he had, and he said he couldn't because he had handed it over to a research facility to identify the metals. And they said, well, you better get that back if you want your wife to stay pretty. So yeah, that was pretty crazy. Looks like we got a few questions in there. Josh, you got it?
Yeah, I got it. I'm handling it. Frederick Feely, he used to be in the Army with me. There is a movie, it's called Aliens of Fifth Kind. You need to watch it, because what you just said is exactly what they talk about and exactly what they experience and how to do it. How to, talk to these things. It says Dr. Greer. I don't know who that guy's name is, but Dr. Greer's in it. There's a lot of people in there, a lot of retired people. This is why I never answer the door. I got the freaking ring door, so if anybody knocks on my door, I can see them before they even come. And then Kelly, he says, talk about his sister coming outside. So the person came to your house when you were. So this is 14. When he was 14, he came to your house after that, so he knew where you lived. Can you describe?
He said earlier that he knew where he lived, knew his name already.
Holy crap, that's creepy. But yeah, I agree, Elisa. You need to get Mr. Leonard to buy you a camera ring doorbell. You can talk to him outside and get away.
I wonder we have a lot of different Air Force bases in Indiana, but at the time, a very big Air Force base was Grissom Air Force Base in the 80s in Kokomo.
Really?
I wonder if that was where the person might have been directing Kelly. Let's see here. Oh, weirdo by my name. So let's see here. I want to cover the Dan one. I don't want to give away his last name. Do you want to talk about the next one?
All right. We're talking about Dr. Hopkins from Maine.
Yeah.
So another one we found was Dr. Hopkins in September 11th, 1976, which is a weird, why it's that same date, in Maine. He was studying a UFO incident. He actually had a lot of evidence from this incident. And when he got a phone call, so basically he was doing all this research, had a lot of evidence, was going to turn in what his findings were because he was doing an investigation about, this craft. And he got a phone call from someone who said they were from the UFO organization in New Jersey. So this is, they agreed to meet each other. They went to go meet, and they. The weird thing was when on the phone call, like he admits that the guy asks, "Are you alone? Is anybody else with you? And can you bring the evidence of your findings?" So he agreed. I don't know if I would agree. I would have brought somebody with me if I didn't know who the guy was.
Well, here, actually, I heard the story just a little bit different. I don't know, maybe forgot this, but he talked to the guy and agreed to meet, hung up the phone, and then the guy was walking up to his house.
Yeah. I'm about to get to that part.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
You just said that they met, and I was just like, well, he's going over that one.
I was
part.
just saying, like, if somebody called me, I didn't know who they were, I wouldn't agree to meet them. And like Kevin said, he hung up the phone, he turned his lights on, and there was a man in black walking up to his door. He just got the phone with the guy. And he said the description was it was a very well, nice, tailored suit. The guy had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, or hair. So
he did live in kind of the middle of nowhere, from what I understood.
Yeah.
And there was no payphone. There was nothing near him where he could have called from a payphone that was near him. Those things always go through my head. Yeah. And I watched, I did some research, and one of the people that I watched and listened to and read about, explained that there was no way to make that call and get to his house that quick.
Yeah, and he said it too that his skin was it looked like white plastic, like a doll, and his lips were ruby red. And when he talked, it was like a robotic voice. He had no emotion, no, perfect words, kind of like Google talks to us.
Yeah, Siri.
Yeah. So the man in black. Thank you, Kara. Everybody says hi. Never mind. Exposure to radiation, yeah. So he said what was weird about it is the man in black said, "Hey, look at this coin," and it was a penny. And the man in black flipped the coin, put it, and let it fall in his hand. He said, "Watch this coin." And so the coin started turning like a greenish color. Then it turned blue. Then it turned silver. Then it started pixelating, and then it disappeared in the guy's hand.
Yeah.
And then right after that happened, he said the man in black said, "Dr. Hopkins, destroy all evidence that you've collected from this point forward." That was it.
He did mention one more thing, and I forget the person's name that he was talking about, but there was a very famous person that had been abducted by UFOs that had recently passed.
Yeah.
And they said that person had no heart, just like you have no penny.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
And
that makes sense. I thought he would just hey, watch my penny, make it disappear. Don't show your shit.
Yeah. So that was his. So after he made that, he goes, "Do you know of X person?" I wish I had that person's name, but I forget it. And he was the Dr. Hopkins, who has been well versed in this and taking cases and stuff, and he knew of the individual, and said, "Yes, I do know him." And he said, "Yeah, he recently passed away. He had no heart, just like you had no penny." And then said, "You now need to destroy all your evidence and all your research and everything, and be done with this."
In which Dr. Hopkins did. Except for talking about this story.
Yeah, if someone said that exact same thing to me after making a penny disappear, I would, yep, okay.
You got it.
That would be a tough one. That would be a tough one to go.
Like,
yeah,
I'm
you're
by
full of
myself
shit.
in my house right now. There's some weird guy outside my house.
Yeah, I'm not for sure, Kelly. That does seem very odd.
It
The
is
whole
odd.
story seems-
He was 14, so I mean, it'd be hard. Maybe with somebody trying to abduct him, you know what I mean? But if he was older,
yeah, it could be a predator.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I mean, all of it just doesn't sound like a good situation.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, are you gonna talk? Are you gonna talk about Dan?
Yes.
Okay. Let's
So
hear this.
one of the more recent ones that we have is of a very famous person that you probably all know, Dan Aykroyd. So if you don't know anything about Dan Aykroyd is a huge UFO enthusiast, huge, and in the paranormal in general. Hence why he did Ghostbusters. His family is very big into it.
Yes.
So it's a whole family thing. And they're very much involved in the UFOs as well. He was coming out with a TV show that they were working on called Out There, which you probably don't know of. I'll explain why in a minute. But this was back in 2002, and they were working on the set, and Dan got a call from, oddly enough, Britney Spears, which does not make sense to me. I don't.
Well, it was
understand
2002. It was 2002. She was big then, Kevin. Kinda.
Yeah, it's Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
What? Like, if this story was about Justin Timberlake, another singer, any other fucking singer, I would have been like, okay, that makes sense. But you're talking about Dan Aykroyd, who is an older gentleman. Even in 2000, he was older. You know, I mean, he is very well established. Don't get me wrong. He's not unpopular. He is definitely popular enough to talk to people like that.
Yeah.
But it just seems weird to me that he was talking to Britney Spears. And so he got a phone call from Britney Spears, and he took it, and he steps outside. So he's on the street, and on the sidewalk, and talking to Britney Spears, and he does notice this large SUV pull up.
Now this is in New
not
York.
right in front of
New
him.
York.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yes. He notices this across the street. A gentleman gets out of the car and rustles his jacket and gives him a glare, just an odd look for no reason. Dan does not recognize this man, and he looks away, and then like noticed the glare, so took a double take. So he went and looked back, and the guy in the vehicle were gone. So yeah, very interesting.
But tell them what, like, tell them
yeah.
though about what Out There was about.
Yeah, so Out There obviously to me screams Alien. They're talking about an Alien series, talking about abduction, crop circles, UFOs, all those sorts of things, and they were doing follow-up they were doing follow-ups on interviews with people for the show.
But no, they already made all of the episodes, right?
Yes, they were doing follow-ups with the people.
Oh, okay.
Like they were doing follow-ups with their interviews that they had with people, just like dotting the I's and crossing the T's of everything. That's why he was working on it. So he gets back in. This is a few hours later. He gets a phone call from the producer, and they say, we were told that we could no longer continue taping the show, and the show is canceled, and none of it would air.
And they did all of their episodes.
And everything was done. Yeah. They just canceled it.
So we do have a video of Dan talking about this, but the way you describe it is crazy.
That makes way more sense. In 2002, he played the father in Crossroads. Britney Spears, one of Britney Spears' movies.
Oh, so it does. It
That
all
makes
lines.
sense.
It lines up. It lines up.
Yes.
Okay.
We do other things other than just hauntings. Sorry, I was just catching
How
up
did
here.
she know about Britney Spears? No, I'm just kidding. Everybody knew Britney Spears. Wow.
It's Britney, bitch.
Well, that line, that his story lines up. Why he was talking to Britney at the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I do know that movie exists. I did know about it. That makes sense. I just never watched it, but I take your word on it that
I never heard of
that
it.
was her. Yeah.
Well,
You have a video on this, right?
I do. I have video of the discussion with
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
So this is Dan Aykroyd actually talking about this case, in his, and yeah, Josh, go ahead and just tell me what you think of it when we're done watching it.
Okay.
And I was outside before I knew it was canceled, in between the interviews. And I was outside, and Britney Spears called me because she wanted me to appear on Saturday Night Live with her. And so I was outside having a cigarette, the phone rang. Oh, Britney, how you doing? Oh, sure, of course I will. I turned away like this. I turned back, and there was a black Ford across the road, a black Ford sedan. And I was trying to look at the plate, and the plate seemed kind of like fuzzy, and I was, definitely a police car. And two guys were there, and a big, tall guy got out of the back seat. And he stood in the street on 42nd Street it was. We were at 42nd Street and 8th Avenue. And he looked right at me. And literally, I was on the phone. Hey, oh, sure, of course I'd love for the show. Saw the Ford, went back like this, turned back like a half second later, and it was gone. And that car did not go past me. It did not make a U-turn, because I would have seen 42nd Street. I would have seen that thing take a U-turn and go away. That car vanished. That car was a cloaked vehicle of some type. And whether this was like a warning to me, because the guy got out of the back seat, gave me a real dirty look. That car vanished. I know what I saw. And, it was just this fast. It was, oh, hi, Brittany, sure. Oh, of course, I'd love to. Guy gives me a dirty look. Oh, well, sure. Car gone. That's what happened. And then 2 hours later, we were told we were not to continue taping, and the show was canceled, and none of them would air.
All right. We're back, Kevin.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's an actor, Kevin. I know he's an actor, but it's just his facial expressions that he's doing. Because when somebody's acting, you can kind of see their thinking or how like this. He's actually laughing. It looked like he was trying to smirk because he's like, couldn't believe it. But I love Dan Aykroyd, so.
Oh, I do too. I do love majority of the things that he does. I think he's a great actor. He's an actor. I'm not going to sit there and say, like,
100%, it's true.
He was lying or anything like that, but at the same time, you get to sit there and be like, yeah, you can't really buy into the facial expression. He's a fucking professional actor, and a good one at that.
Agreed.
You know.
Agreed.
So, good because I like him.
Let's say it's evidence of the story. Don't know if it's true or not.
So, I have a long one to end on. This is quite a bit, and this is where I was talking about how I think the Men in Black have updated to where it's not really people knocking on your doors and stuff like that. So there is this man called Richard Doty. Richard Doty, and he is in this movie called or documentary called Mirage Men, or something like that. And he was part of a military group in the Air Force called the OSI. God, why didn't I have what that meant? Hang on here.
Do we show a picture of Richard?
Yes. So the OSI is the United States Air Force of Special Investigation. So they're all special agents. They're on their name tag. I had a friend send me a picture, let me know that they have all that. But he was featured in a documentary saying in the 1970s their ploy was to pump out misinformation.
Yes, affiliate is the Army's version of CID. Sorry, Kevin.
Oh, you're fine, dude. You're fine. So their objective was to pump out misinformation about UFOs. Not that UFOs were fake, not that they were real, but to hear people's stories and take it in and try to befriend them and be like, oh, I might be your inside man on with the government. We could become friends, and you tell me a little bit of information. I'll tell you what we know about aliens. You tell me what you're finding, and I'll share some secrets. So you tell me your secrets, I'll tell you some secrets. That kind of thing. And they would deceive people and get them to buy into what they were saying. The stuff they were sending them was bullshit. They were sending complete fabricated crazy bullshit. And one of the reasons we know this, and that the story is pretty true, is a individual that was big in the paranormal or in the UFO business called Paul Binowitz. And in the 1979, 1980s period, up into the 90s even, he lived in New Mexico. He was a big enthusiast of electronics, so he'd like to build his own electronics and customize them in certain ways to do certain things with them. And he built a way to pick up transmissions, track aircraft. He would get signals from them with the devices that he was making. And he thought they were UFOs. And funny part to the story, he lived right near Kirkland Air Force Base in New Mexico. So I don't know why he thought they were always UFOs, but I guess he thought they were always UFOs, or a majority of them were UFOs, even though he lived near an Air Force base. Not quite for sure, but Richard Doty, it was stationed supposedly at this Air Force base at Kirkland, and he was connected to Paul. So him and Paul connected and basically shared information. So what Paul was actually catching were classified aircraft flying over that they didn't want Russia to find out about. Either aircraft, missile testing, all sorts of different things that they didn't want Russia to find out. Because you're talking height of the Cold War.
Hey, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla. So what they would do is they would buy in to the UFO story and then take him down crazy trails and make him sound insane and discredit him, basically. Like, they believe him, air quotes, that they believe him, but they knew if he ever told these crazy stories that they'd tell him back, that everyone would think he's crazy. So basically they also planted debris where areas that they knew he walked. So they plant debris that didn't make any sense. They fabricated, so it wouldn't make sense like it came from an airplane, a standard airplane. And then they also, Richard gave him a software that helped him decode these transmissions that he was getting. Supposedly being able to read alien language and learn it. But it was them spying on his computer. So yeah, it eventually his family had enough of it, and they put him in a psychiatric hospital. Like this guy believed that an invasion was happening. Like that was like the straw that broke the camel's back with the family, and they institutionalized him. And Richard was part of that. Like he did that, and it was just like, Jesus Christ. And the reason why a lot of this makes sense, to tie this all in, is recently we're probably all aware of Edward Snowden, whistleblower.
Wait, who's that?
Who's that? Yeah, shut up. So he released a lot of documents. I'm sure you don't know about him.
Don't know him, not at all.
Not personally, right?
No, I don't know him personally. when I was in college, we had a debate about what he did, and I thought what he did was right, but that was me. So.
Oh damn, he went public.
I think he should have because
No. You went public with what you said.
Oh
You
yeah,
were in the
I was.
army.
No, I was in college. And we had an open discussion about Snowden.
Yeah.
And the discussion board question was, do you think what he did was right or wrong? I said, I think what he did was right. And we need to know what the government's capable of doing, so we know. But I'm not going to go into that debate about.
No. Yeah. No, I'm not getting to that either. But one of the documents found in his discoveries that he released was called "The Art of Deception," and it was big. Go ahead.
Frederick has a question for you, Kevin.
Oh, go ahead.
It's Orson Welles in War of the Worlds. Have you heard of that story?
Yes, I have. It was the famous radio station where the guy basically told a story, and it set the whole world in a panic.
They thought they were getting abducted.
Yeah, that they were coming and an invasion was coming. Yeah, it was a crazy story. Awesome one, but crazy and scary at the time.
Hey, Frederick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off again.
No, you're fine. If you're going to talk more on that, go ahead. I didn't have much more.
So earlier, before you got here, Frederick, we were talking about aliens of the fifth kind, War of the World kind of thing. Is that the government is secretly making us like scared of aliens, so that when they invade, more people will volunteer to fight. That's what the conspiracy is right now. And part of that documentary talks about that. It goes a little more in depth of what they've been doing for the last 50 years to make us scared of aliens when they're actually not scary and they're way far advanced than we know. And we would be destroyed in seconds if we did go war with them.
And so the whole crazy thing about this, the art of deception, in my mind, is just a crazy thing. So they will sit there and get into these UFO chat rooms, these UFO enthusiasts, and give them, if they're able to convince them, but they will give them misinformation. So who knows on some of the research that's out there, if it's been infiltrated with misinformation from this art of deception tactics that they're doing. That's why I think the Men in Black are not necessarily people physically going there anymore. It's more this cyber warfare of filling misinformation across the board. So it sounds outlandish to people. And, when you hear these stories, they all are now discredited because they're just so far out there. Because they took some advice from someone in the military and they're like, well, I got this information. It's good information from the military. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just very odd. It's all odd in how they handle it. Like some of the stories we hear, and if anyone's doing any research on this and looks it up, you'll hear a lot of these stories where the military gets involved and then the person recants and says it's not true. And then, something happens and then the person a couple years later says it is true. Or 20 years go by and then the person says it's not true or something. Yeah. It just goes back and forth all the time.
That's why it's so hard because, so many documents have been released, declassified, so many. And propaganda is you throw real stuff in there and you also throw fake stuff in there so that the fake stuff will overrule the true stuff so that we don't believe any of it. And that's why me and Kayla are doing that experiment for the group is that there's something going on with, what we're doing. Are we doing it the right way, how it was done? I have no idea because there's no documentation of how to do it the right way. But, every Monday we talk about it, but it's getting deeper. It's crazy what's happening with just listening to these tones and the guided meditation, like what's happening to me and Kayla and Elisa, she's doing it with us. So she's doing the 36-week thing like we're doing, and so she can kind of relate what her experience was, what our experience was, what Kayla's experience was, and it's just really weird, and it's stuff like that. Like, what is this? Why did they do this for 40 years? What did they really find out? It's just really crazy. I don't know. But I do got. Is your story good? You done good with that one?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So I got one more. This was happening in Niagara Falls in 2008. It was a Shane Sofar. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Oh, dang. Shakayla just said Dr. Greer has another doc, Amazon Prime, called Unacknowledged. Oh, shit. That's what I'm doing tonight. That's what I'm
I
doing
will be.
tonight.
I'll be right back.
You're good. You're good. I got you. Kayla, can you text me that so I don't forget, please, on Discord? All right. So we're gonna talk about Shane Safar from Niagara Falls, October 14, 2008. So he was a hotel manager. They didn't disclose the hotel's name. Yeah. Again, Elisa, why was our? This is about the Gateway Experience. So for those of you who don't know, we're doing a thing called Gateway Experience. Every Monday we do, there's 36 CDs. So the next 36 weeks, every Monday me and Kayla are coming live to talk about our experience, like what happened. It's a guided deep meditation process. But all three of us, our entire bodies were paralyzed, but we were awake. Like I could hear everything on my headphones. I could hear my wife, dog barking, but I couldn't move my body. It felt like we were being pushed on the bed. Like for me, it felt like I was being pulled in two parts. Like my body was being pushed on the bed, like I could feel the gravity, and I was also like being pulled up, like I could float. Really, really weird feeling, but I'm very excited to see what happens Monday when we do CD2. But of the Gateway Experience, there's 6 waves. Each wave has 6 CDs. They're about 33 minutes each. It's a guided meditation, and we just take notes once we do it. So it's kind of freaky. All right, let's get back to the subject. Because I do love the Gateway Experience. I can talk about that for days. All right, so Shane Safar from Niagara Falls, 2008. He was a hotel manager, does not disclose what hotel it was. The hotel security guard would not disclose his name. They reported seeing a large triangle-sized craft outside their hotel. This was not just witnessed by them. It was witnessed by other people as well around the city. But they would not reveal their names. Back. 2 days later, after this manager saw this stuff, he talked about it with the staff. He talked about it with the police department, all the people that came out. And 2 days later, 2 men in black came into the hotel and started terrifying the hotel staff. Now, it's 2008, so we have cameras now, and there was a hidden camera in the hotel, and they actually captured these 2 people walking in. It doesn't show another angle of what they were doing to the staff, how they were harassing them. But you can clearly see 2 people walking in with all black suits on camera. It's very pixelated, so I apologize. I do have that footage. It's about 32 seconds. So Kevin, I'm going to show this video real quick. But people describe these men in black like really tall people. And so I kind of look at the video. I've looked at the video like 15 times, and you can kind of see a person when they're walking into the hotel next to them, and it looks like the same size as that person. That guy looks like a normal sized guy. So it could be exaggerating. Yeah. I don't know, but there's no sound with this, but it's interesting. But at the same time, I don't know. So let's just show the video real quick. If you want to see it again, just let me know. But I mean, it's not really, to me, it's not really evident. I mean, there's evidence of 2 people walking with a suit. I mean, it could be a wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's 2 businessmen walking into a hotel.
Yeah, it's this. I get it. Like, if they're roughhousing maybe or doing weird things, which some of the videos I have, after we get done talking about this stuff, we have about 3 minutes and 2 seconds of some interesting footage of Men in Black. That is unbelievable. But we'll see what our viewers think and see what Kevin thinks.
Yeah.
We'll watch it, but that's be at towards the end of it. But I don't know, Kevin. It's just they're stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah, this whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, they're just. I don't know. I find it very odd to see people. I would find it very odd that the government is sending people to do this in person anymore. Maybe like with Dan Aykroyd, that kind of makes sense, because he is such a big figure that maybe a more in-person attitude towards it would make a difference. Because he is very popular in the paranormal world and the UFO world. He's a very smart man. I'm sure when it comes to this kind of stuff, and hitting at home with his TV series that he was going to do, maybe straighten him up a little bit, or in their mind.
This story, I remember seeing this video before on the news. I remember people talk about it during that time. It just didn't really show anything. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just two people walking into a hotel.
Yeah,
and you're assuming it's a hotel as well.
yeah, because that's what I told you the story. It was a hotel, so that's what we're gonna think. So it's just
there's no documentation showing that it's a hotel. Like, you can't see that it's saying like Holiday Inn.
Yeah, but they wouldn't disclose the hotel name, and the security guard supposedly wouldn't disclose his name. So why did the manager Shane Savar disclose only his name?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I think just to get their 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Okay, that's all I got for my stories, man.
Well, you do have those two real or fake ones. I'm done as well.
Okay. Well, what we're gonna do is something different. Okay. So there's 2 videos about the show. Total video is 3 minutes long. I want the viewers who are still here to let us know what they think about this. The first video, and then the second. I want to hear your viewpoints before me and Kevin disclose.
Oh, well, they are going to be on a
delay.
Delay.
So it's 28
But just
second delay.
put real or fake. Put real or fake.
Okay. So hopefully we'll see 2 real for each person. So we'll see what happens. So we get the video ready real quick. All right. So never before seen footage of Men in Black. So got Kayla saying it's fake, Frederick saying it's fake. Elisa, I'm gonna mess her name up. Says he's wearing a ring, so he's married to a woman in black.
So, do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah. I want to hear your. I wear watch.
Okay. That's so fake. It's so fake. He's like wearing a wig.
I know, right?
The
fluffy
this is
hair.
a goddamn school project that we're watching.
What was this? I love you. Is that what they do? Little heart.
What?
I've seen better acting in porn.
Who said that?
Frederick.
Oh.
The guy's afro wig was like that's all I could focus on when I watched this was his dang wig.
I don't know why I don't see that.
What's that?
For some reason, I don't see Frederick's response. I've seen better acting in porn.
Oh, you don't see that?
No, I don't. I wonder if it's like.
I wonder if it's on my feed.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is very weird.
I see it on the stream, but I don't see it in my chat.
Oh, okay. Maybe
Anyway.
Facebook blocked it out
Dude,
or something.
Yeah, 100%. It's totally. That is the worst. Other than the wig falling off. Like,
yeah. He shot him with a little laser pin, and then made him.
Yeah, like he flashed a laser pin at him a few times.
Oh man!
But yeah,
all right,
that was brutal.
On to the next one.
I mean, at least this one had better props and acting. I'll say that. I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough to say this stuff is real.
I know. It's her movement of her body, like she moves, like I don't know.
Like all of a sudden she just becomes possessed and does every single thing.
By
By just a hand movement and gesture. But that's us looking at it as if that person was human. If he had telepathic powers or whatever. Like, I guess, like, shit, anything's possible then. But yeah, like that's where we're at.
I had to throw some stuff in there because I saw on the internet. I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Better acting, yes. Yeah. Their budget went up a little higher on this video.
He was a little more tan too from the lighting angle.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry, I had to throw it in there.
No, I get it. It's funny.
So, what do you think, Kevin? Do you think these Men in Black people are real or not?
I think my personal thought is like at one point in time, yeah, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, but then the internet came out and things became a lot easier to intimidate people and connect and get the information through the internet rather than going to their home. So I just think this changed.
But why no hair If it is true, why do they have no eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair? Why? That makes no sense.
You know,
With hair falling on the ground, maybe hair falls on the ground. They can identify.
these might not be they might not be normal people. Like you're not gonna get people like you and me to go and do these kinds of tactics to people and things like that. You know, what if these people are created by the government in a way that they have made them do these things? They don't know any different. You know, they've just built them to do intimidation. You know, have no emotion. That's why these people do not have social cues. They don't have any emotion. I don't know. That's just a thought. That's just a thought.
So Kelly says, he saw these on YouTube, inconclusive, so it might be real or fake. I mean, that's the same thing. For me, it's hard for me to. It's like ghosts. I've seen stuff happen in the paranormal. I've seen this stuff.
Yeah.
We've been to Karen. Demonic entities. We've seen it in person. So like for Men in Black and for Bigfoot, some of these things, like I have to see it. It's like to become a true believer. Like the meditation thing. I'm like, I don't get meditation. I don't understand it. But now that I'm doing it, I'm like, holy shit, what is this? You know what I mean? It's kind of the same thing. Like if I saw these Men in Black people, or if I was intimidated, I would at least know. You know what I mean? It's this.
Yeah. Well, to go with what Kayla's saying, possibly as technology has advanced, they've found better ways to disguise themselves from us. The what was that? The art of deception. I mean, that is how they disguise themselves. They pretend that they are government and that they're going to be your friend. They don't have to pretend they're government. They are government, and they're going to tell you they're going to be friends, and you buy into it. They don't really have to disguise themselves that way. It's easy. You just give them the information they want to hear, and then they send you stuff to try to help you decode shit, but they actually just put shit on your computer that you now are they're spying on you.
Yeah.
They don't need to do much anymore. I doubt they even have to give you software anymore to spy on you. They just spy on you now. We all know how Facebook and ads that we look up on Amazon all mysteriously show up on Facebook. That shit is just out there.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find out what we're doing through our computers.
Easy to turn on your microphone, your camera when you're not there.
Yeah.
Just to make sure. I mean,
Yeah, it's just too easy. Why go in person anymore? It's too much liability in that.
Yeah. You get caught. Wow.
So that's my personal take on it. That it's no longer a person coming to your house. It is all cyber. So that's why you see a lot of the decline in the stories that we have. You see a lot of old ones that we have, and who they were, fuck, I don't know. Like they were some crazy men. Alien, genetically modified people. I don't know. But
Kayla.
What?
We can ask them when we talk to aliens. That's our goal.
Oh, yeah.
That's our goal after this meditation process is to do what Dr. Greer is talking about in that movie.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk to aliens. That's our plan. And we're going to record.
There you go. Boom. But I think that what do you think?
Me? Or them?
You.
Oh, I already said that.
Oh, okay.
I have to see it in person to believe it.
Yeah, you have to see it.
I got to at least experience it to know 100%. In the back of my head, maybe. Bigfoot?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm leaning more towards no, 80%, 20% maybe. Have an open mind. It's just I would have to experience it to say, holy shit.
What if they're just the opposites of Bigfoot?
What do you mean?
Bigfoot are hairy all over. These people are hairless. Boom.
There you go. Theory solved.
Boom. They're just the opposite of Bigfoot. Big people with no hair.
So
I don't know, but
Kelly,
I think that's good. We should go into our nukes.
Kelly asked a question real quick. He said,
"Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there a connection with gang stalking to Men in Black? Are UFO witnesses stalked and harassed to make them look crazy for discredit? That could be too. Does it discredit these people? And we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah,
Is that there's so much evidence right now being released about declassified materials that we don't know what's real, what's fake, because there's so much information out.
And is the government allowed to throw misinformation in there?
Yeah, I mean they did it in wars. They did it in wars, propaganda.
Yeah,
lying about certain things to get more, to confuse the enemy.
Well, I mean, like, is the government allowed to release documents to the government, that are fake?
I'm sure.
Well, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It does when we don't know if aliens are real or not, and we're still debating if it's true. And the only people that know it's true are the people that experience it. You know what I mean?
in the people who have done the actual research.
Yes.
In the military.
Correct. So me and you, we
I
don't know.
wonder.
I saw a UFO when I was in high school, but to this day, I mean, it was so long ago, I kind of contradict, like, did I actually see one?
I wonder if there is a way that when they release these documents, that the government and any level of government can tell what is bullshit, and that the, us, when we see it through the, the Freedom of Care Act or whatever that allows us to see these things, that we wouldn't be able to understand that is fake. But the rest of the departments would look at this and go, oh, well, that's fake. That's just for the people to get misinformation.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of, there's a rule, they break rules all the time. Like, Elisa said it perfectly. We're supposed to find out in July, are aliens real? It's ordered by Congress. Everything about Area 51 has to be released. Are they really going to release it? If they know aliens are real, they're not going to release it, because what would happen? What would happen with society if we say, hey, guess what? We're not alone here. Some religions would fall.
Good. They're sorry.
I'm just saying. I mean, look back in the day.
I think a lot of religions are goddamn cults.
Christians went to war over this shit, and then we're gonna say, hey, guess what? Aliens are real. People are gonna say, go, God's not real. Chaos, blah blah.
Hey. I am not saying God is not real when you say
no. I know that.
So in my mind, there are people playing God. Like, if let's say this. So now we're getting way off topic here.
I know.
In my mind, what if we were apes? Whatever. And then since they have not really found the in between from apes to humans, what if we just skipped that evolution and someone bumped us up to this evolution? Say aliens came and said, well, we need a better working animal, so let's evolve these chimps or apes to humans, and they just genetically modified us and evolved us. They are our god.
Yeah, I mean, we are the one that called God, or whatever.
Yeah, we gave it a name,
a higher being. But I mean, I believe in science. I believe in evolution. I believe what you're saying. It makes sense. But if aliens did create us, is a purpose for us to cure cancer, so they know how to cure cancer? I have no idea. I mean, it's all theory. Religion is theory. There's no proof besides the Bible. You have to have faith. I have faith that God is real. I call him God because everybody else calls him God. And Allah, whatever, all the other religions have. It's just, I know if the government does release the truth about aliens, that they're real, that a lot of problems will happen. That's
unfortunate.
There's no way they're going to release it. There's no way they're going to say, hey, aliens are real. They're going to fake it and say, this is fake.
Faith.
We did this.
The religions will find a way to manipulate the situation in their favor to generate money. All they fucking care about. Not you, but you know what I mean. Like, you're talking about the giant churches that make insane money from people.
Look at it. Hey, what's going on, Carly? Look at Elisa's. Oh.
Yes.
God
we
damn,
are someone's forgotten science
We are an
project.
A+ planet. Damn it.
We're more of a B planet. These aliens who created us are an A+ planet, obviously.
Yeah.
No. Well, we should move on. We're getting way sidetracked.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, another one. Religion with Kevin.
Jeez, we're
So-
way
Let's talk
off
religion
on
with
this one.
Kevin 2 weeks from now.
Oh my god, we don't have enough time for that.
1 year later.
All right. Oh wait. That's the one we're doing. I almost posted the wrong one. Okay.
Yeah, Frederick did say something too, Kevin. You know that what was it?
I missed that. I'm sorry.
Like the stuff they release is so far old, it's already gone, and he's right.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yes.
what happens. I mean, it does work out that
Mhm.
way. And Gateway Experience is a prime example. Prime example.
Yeah, I had someone in the military tell me to watch Enemy of the State, and said that's what we can do, and that was like 10, 15 years ago now, and I was just like, oh my god.
Hey, the government stole a penny from you for 5 years on your taxes 30 years ago. What are you gonna do about it? Can't do
I know,
nothing.
right? I think we have carefully and slowly leaked info to get us familiar with it, so when we do release it, confirm we don't freak. Yeah, no, Carly, I do agree with that. I totally agree with that. But there's still going to be people that freak out about it, like Josh was saying, the religions.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to have a really hard
nowhere
time.
in the Bible to say there's another. It's only us.
But at the same time, they'll just rewrite it, dude.
Yeah, here's a
Like
hidden
they've
scripture.
survived for how long? How long have they survived? They will just reword it in a way that it makes sense to fit, the narrative, and then everyone will be like, "Oh, well, we're just not gonna we're not gonna care about that because it fits our faith."
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shit on everyone's faith. I'm not. That's the part I genuinely dislike about religion, is how many times it's been rewritten and how many things have been taken out, put in, cherry pick this, cherry pick that.
It's the Telegram, man.
I don't like that, and it is really frustrating that that stuff happens, and they'll just do it again. Like it's just this.
Well,
it's the
just
same thing.
Adam and Eve, man. Adam and Eve is so unbelievable. That means every single person in this entire world is related.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. Like it's Adam and Eve, and then they had kids. How did those kids have kids?
Yeah. Well, also Scientology would love this.
Yes.
Scientology would be, they talk about aliens. Aliens is in their religion.
There's no way we're there's no way we're by ourselves, man. This world is too,
it definitely is.
This shit is too big.
This
The planet,
universe,
yeah.
this visible universe is just too large for us to be alone. At least in the capacity
to be an accident. I don't think we're an accident.
Maybe there isn't like super intelligent life above us, but there are organisms out there. There is life out there. Single cell dinosaurs on other places. Thoracic. There's many different, not just dinosaur eras that existed. I forget what they're called. But there were many different eras of life on this planet where world ending of things happened, and you know what? Life found a way and fucking came back.
I mean, reincarnation is a kind of a good theory too. I mean, what happens if
Tom Cruise is right. I quit. I love it. Yeah, we just jump up on my studio now. Just jump up there. Aliens. Yeah, I agree, Carl.
Yep.
That's right. I agree.
Well,
but let's move on. We
could talk forever about this guy.
Oh my god. Maybe we should just have a few beers one night and just hop on here and talk about religion, because that's about as much of a shit show as it's gonna get. It's gonna get like.
We should invite the Catholics, Christian, bring them all in.
Man, we would. I don't know. Some of us might upset some people. Some of us wouldn't. We're a group that has many different beliefs and in agreement. We all have our own thoughts. We all work together still.
you know. But that's not how a lot of the other people out there work, and a lot of people get upset with different ideals.
We don't judge people by their religion.
No,
that's their
no,
faith. You know, that's your faith. We're not trying to talk anybody out
Yeah.
of anything. It's just
we're
our own
talking
religion.
ghosties now. Yeah, we should talk about these videos.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe we
Yes.
just get hammered one night and talk about religion,
let's-
because that's the only way I think we could do it.
Let's do some let's do some chemo and watch these videos, man. Get rid of. She's just said it. The cancer of conversation is politics and religion.
Yeah. That's what just happens, you know. It just happens. So we don't really want to hurt anyone's feelings, but yeah, that would definitely happen.
Yeah, I need some alcohol.
I don't want to hurt
We're going
anyone's
that.
feelings, but I would hurt some people's feelings.
All right, let's watch these videos that you chose.
All right, boom. Hey, just like always, this is Nuke's Top 5. We love this guy. Do send him a like. Follow his page. This isn't his newest one, so we're not spoiling anything. So go out and check it out. Just another good one. Hopefully there's some good stuff in this one.
Hey, so before I start, Frederick wants to tell a story sometime in the future, so maybe you can reach out to him and see what he's talking about.
Isn't that your buddy?
I don't know. What
Why
he's
don't you
talking
reach out to him?
about. I said, I know. I meant we, me. I will reach out to him.
Oh,
I was
okay.
making sure. You know, it's your show, Kevin. So I
I'm
want to make
married.
sure you're okay.
I understand when someone says, "Hey, maybe you should reach out to him." That means I should probably reach out to him. I don't get the universe. There we go.
Yeah, for sure, Fred. I just want to make sure that our boss Kevin was okay with that.
No problem.
All right, here we go.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. The passenger. This next chilling CCTV video was allegedly shared to the public by an anonymous taxi driver in Japan. He says that a little after 1 a.m. he saw a woman on the street raise her hand to hail his taxi. He pulls over and stops. But what happens next is truly bizarre. The taxi driver remotely opens the door in the back with a switch, expecting the woman to step inside the vehicle. But when he looks again, there's no one there. So the confused driver simply closes the door and drives away. But just a few minutes later, he drives through a tunnel on the road. Without him knowing, his drive recorder captures something absolutely terrifying. The extremely disturbing figure of a woman can be seen appearing in the backseat of his car. Not once, but twice. She appears distorted with a swollen face, one creepy eye open and one closed. The taxi driver claims that he had no idea what was happening so close behind him. He says that he felt a disturbing chill at the time, but he didn't see or hear anything unusual. The driver believes this to be the manifestation of a spirit of the victim of a traffic accident on this road, forever lost on the streets of Japan, trying to get a ride back home. Something under the bed.
Jesus. It was the.
So
Oh my god.
that is interesting.
That is very. I had goosebumps on both my heart because
Yeah. So
when they
I've
zoomed
seen
in on
a
the
lot of
face,
this.
they're like you could see it.
Yeah, that was legit. Yeah, so I was right about to say this, Kayla. So she said something about a topic we talked about. So there was tsunamis that hit Japan back in like 2011,
Yeah.
a while ago. After that, there was a lot of that happening. The people getting in cars and no one was there, or people thinking they had to go pick someone up because they needed to go home, but they were dead. There's a lot of tragic stuff happening, and a lot of people saying they saw a lot of ghosts afterwards. So it could be tied to that even.
Yeah.
I have no idea. So
That's that was creepy, man.
that was the one crazy thing that I saw is like the silhouette of the person blocked out the light of the car behind them.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed that. But
No.
when the woman would come up, there was a car behind him.
Yeah.
It was a bigger vehicle, had bright lights, and when the person came up, you saw the person. There was no light coming through that person.
Jeez. What? Oh, that's his theory.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Carly. That was an episode on Unsolved Mysteries, second season, 6th episode, I think.
Dang, that's creepy, man. That's probably one of the first shadow figures I believed on this nuke stuff.
Oh yeah. Hey, Alan. Good to see you on here.
Yeah, for some reason mine switched to Josh Jacobs. I don't understand either what's going on Facebook. But it's all right. Keep on commenting.
I've switched mine to me, so I'm always me when I make comments. In the top right, you see like a little icon for Wabash Paranormal, and then I change it to me. There's a little down arrow to the right of it, Josh. You can change it if you wanted to.
Well, I can't on my phone. For some reason,
Gotcha.
it won't let me.
No, phones will not let you.
But it's commenting as Josh Jacobs though, instead of Wabash when I first started doing Wabash. So
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
It's the Men in Black.
God dang it. Facebook.
It's the
That's
woman
who
in
owns
black.
it. That's who owns Facebook. He's exactly right. All the freaking problems we've had so far. Come fix my shit. All right, you ready for the next one, man?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Parents Josh and Sarah from Nashville, Tennessee had never posted anything related to the paranormal on either one of their TikTok pages. That is until one night when Sarah and Josh discover something very strange on their bedroom security camera. Sarah is fast asleep in bed with her daughter Emma when this happens. Little Emma is sleeping peacefully with her doll when it inexplicably moves on its own. But creepiest of all, the child's shirt appears to be getting tugged by something that's just not there. Dad Josh believes the strange event to be something paranormal, but his wife Sarah is still skeptical. But it gets even creepier. Because late one night, Josh is at work and Sarah is fast asleep. Just around midnight, the baby monitor in Emma's bedroom records something terrifying. TV in the room is on and little Emma is awake and seems to be curious about something underneath her bed. When she goes to investigate, the little girl appears to be getting pulled underneath the bed. Emma starts to cry and yells out for her mother, who soon wakes up and comes to her rescue. But just what happened to little Emma is unclear. Josh explains that he has no idea what happened to his daughter. He shows in a video that the space under Emma's bed is too small for anyone to have been hiding under there. So what do you think happened to little Emma? Could it be that some dark presence has attached itself to the toddler? Or just what is going on here? Let me know what you think. The haunting in
Let's hear your view, Kevin. I want to hear your view on this first.
That is definitely fucked up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had it muted. It's a little behind.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I you know, you want to know because I have a little girl. But
yeah.
I mean, I man, that's a tough one. You know, I have holy water for that, just in case shit like that happens. You know, I have my own way that I deal with that kind of stuff. You know, like before, I already take preventive measures. Like, you know, I walk into my house and, you know, I say this is my house and no one's allowed in. A lot. You know. You know, we've learned that from John Tenney, right?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
So I do that a lot. I still do that.
About going to your house is my house.
Yeah, and you know, mentally I say it, you know, all the time.
So
you know, when I hear something or you know, just
what
thinking about it.
What Kevin's talking about, a while ago we went John Tenney at Octagon Hall Museum. John Tenney did stuff with Unsolved Mysteries.
In X-Files.
Yeah, so he has two things that are very interesting in John Tenney, is his theory. So when we look at ghosts, the first thing he talks about, and it's how he starts this conversation, he's like, you see a ghost, you know, in a white dress. Everybody sees a girl in a white dress for some reason. They didn't learn that dresses catch fire easily by a fireplace. And everybody starts laughing. And he says, but if you think about it, he's like, you know, how long did it take that ghost? You know, is a ghost wearing underwear? And people start laughing. He's like, no, I'm serious. Like, is the ghost wearing underwear? He's like, because you know, how long did it take that girl to dress herself in the morning? Like, put her socks on, put her underwear on, get dressed. Because clothes are not paranormal. Why am I seeing this girl in a white dress? And then it gets all of us like, what, wait, that makes sense. Like, what are you saying? And he's like, his theory behind that, like what his theory is amazing. That, you know, that they project images into our brains of what they once looked like because clothes are not paranormal. But the biggest thing he talked about that I still, like Kevin said he does, and I do every time I go ghost hunting, I don't do it every day like Kevin, is when you walk into your house, you out loud or think really hard that this is my house. You know, can you elaborate on that, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I keep it simple, but what it should do, and I visualized this. So when I moved into this house, I visualized what I wanted to do. I projected my energy out.
Yes, Carly.
And created a bubble around my house, and basically said, "This is my space. No one is allowed in my space. I don't care who you are. You're not allowed." And I have control over my domain. You know, that kind of thing. And I just keep saying, this is my house. You know, when I leave, when I come home, I don't do it every day, but I try to do it as much as I can remember, or if it crosses my mind, you know, I just do it, you know?
Yeah. Now, my viewpoint on this video, Kevin, the problem is it said TikTok. Kayla, can you send me the actual link for this TikTok family so I can look at some of their stuff?
Yeah, Kevin the Protector. I get that a lot.
But it's TikTok. Anything that says TikTok, I automatically throw it away. It's automatic.
Yeah.
Automatic, because you can make money on that easily. People are faking shit.
You do the same thing with YouTube.
I know that, but TikTok, it's the same, like I said before, I have to see it. Like paranormal-wise, that's creepy. And it'd be messed up for somebody on TikTok, because they're trying to get big. TikTok's a new thing, and they're gonna create shit to get more people to watch them. So I'm gonna look at their TikTok just to kind of get an idea of what they're selling and what they're trying to do.
Harley, one of the things that John Tenney talked about is he had something follow him home from an investigation once, and it was a fire spirit, wasn't it? I don't know if you were there for this one when he was talking about it, but he had this little fire spirit, elemental. You might recognize it as, and he went home and he was there and he remembered seeing it a couple times on his way home, and really didn't think much of it. But as soon as he got home, towards the end of the night, he heard some things, but it wasn't in his home. It was outside of his home, and he could see it circling his place, trying to get in, but it couldn't. And he said, "This is why I do it. This is why I do these things, so things can't get in and fuck." And he goes to a lot of places. He does a lot more stuff than we do, and he's not had issues with it. A funny story. This actually kind of lines up with our topic today. Do you remember him talking about when he moved?
What do you mean?
Josh?
What do you mean?
So he moved to a new home at one point in time.
Yeah.
And so he was moving, packing up his stuff, and he was going to see his house before he moved into it. So he was going to go check on some things, and he brought his first carload over, very small or something along those lines. I could have it a little skewed here, but he pulls up, and there's a black SUV outside this house, and
No, I didn't hear that story.
Yeah, so it was a black SUV parked outside his house, and it was an agent that he had known already has been following him. Not that he gets him following him every day or anything like that, but this agent has made himself known to John that he is on his case. I am your agent looking over you in everything you do. And so when he showed up to his new house, he was there, and he kind of rolled down his window, and he was just kind of like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I know you moved." And that was the end of their conversation. That's all they had. He was like, "All right, later," and that was it.
John Tenney is an amazing guy. We need to get him.
Oh my God,
we need to get him on the show, Kevin.
He has some crazy fucking stories.
We need to get him on the show. Message him. Let's message him.
Yeah, we should definitely.
He's freaking awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bishop Long is on TikTok.
I don't understand why he's on TikTok. Why?
Why not?
It's TikTok, man.
Why not? You just get to young people.
I know.
And he wants to reach his.
I like TikTok.
branch out.
I'll watch it for hours. It's just the stuff on. I'm like, meh, nope.
All right. Let's move on.
All right.
In Holland, Part 2. So, a month ago I featured a spooky video from an anonymous Dutch YouTuber named Sabia L. At the time, the video was a bit of a mystery, as all the information I had was her YouTube username, Sabia L, and that she was living in Holland. But since then, I've actually been able to contact Sabia and ask her about her videos. Sabia shared with me that she lives in a small apartment in Holland in a house that was built in 1923. She says she doesn't really know the history of the house, but that ever since she moved in last year, she noticed a presence in the home. Cabinet doors open and close on their own. Things move, and on multiple occasions she has seen a dark shadow out of the corner of her eye. Sabia says that she was a skeptic before she moved in, but after experiencing the repeated paranormal activity, she became a believer. Now, after I featured Sabia L's video last time, she received many encouraging comments from Nuke's Top 5 viewers, and so she decided to start filming more of the strange activity in her home. One night, she captures something downright creepy.
Stil. Dat is dat vieze creepy ass keukentje. Kijk, dat bedoel ik dus. Dat is dat licht. Dus, dit is dus het lichtknopje. Het is helemaal niet. Deze deur is gewoon dicht. Er is hier gewoon echt helemaal niemand. Zie je zo'n ding? Kijk.
A heavy sliding door that's fairly difficult to move actually slides sideways completely on its own. Sabia is freaked out but tries to stay calm. The light in the kitchen then shuts on and off and a cabinet door opens and closes. Sabia can't find any explanation for the strange activity. Another night, and she records again as the presence seems to be getting more and more aggressive.
Dat ding beweegt. Kijk, zie. Poes gaat er ook al vandoor. Oh. Is dit allemaal? Ik vind het helemaal niet leuk. Oh my god. Ik ben dus helemaal alleen. Oh, dat ding. Oh. Oké, ik ga hier weg. Wat er gebeurt er allemaal te veel in mijn huis.
And then, only 2 days later, Sabia captures something else. Something absolutely horrifying.
Licht elke keer. Oh. Dat was een stem. Dat was een stem. Oh, Jezus.
Sabia watches from her bedroom as all of her lights flicker on and off. She suddenly hears the voice of what sounds like a young girl, but the voice is so low and muffled that it's barely comprehensible in Dutch. But that's not even the creepiest part of the video. Because, did you see it?
Dude, this shit's
Watch
crazy.
one more time.
Ligt elke keer. Oh.
A horrifying dark figure can be seen standing in Sabia's living room, seemingly watching her from behind the sliding door before it disappears into thin air. So is Sabia's home haunted by a dark presence? Let me know what you think. You can watch all of Sabia L's paranormal encounters over on her YouTube channel, Sabia L. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Highway 5.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah, that fucking place is haunted.
Yeah, but well,
Yeah.
the clock went 2 different directions, so I mean, it can be faked. But that was I got goosebumps, man. That was
Dude, there was so much to that one.
yeah,
like-
get the hell out of there.
Oh, yeah. Well, oh, okay. So here's the thing. I do believe there's hauntings. This I don't believe.
God, I wish Frederick would just Google something. It's called the Gateway Experience because what you're saying, 100%.
Oh, I think things can be tied to homes.
Yeah, well, I mean, just so the theory, like Gateway Experience, is supposedly I'm supposed to be able to move stuff from my bedroom. Move things.
Yeah.
If I'm able to move something while I'm laying in
So
bed,
can
then-
you make something manifest like a person?
Yes, like shut a door. If what I'm saying,
No. I'm talking block out the light silhouette of a shadow person.
yeah, Kevin, let me tell you something, okay? There is one experiment. It's gonna be a while from now, but I am supposed to be able to lift up a cotton ball from my bedroom and catch
Okay.
it on fire.
Okay.
So if I can do that, then the paranormal changes.
Yeah, but if
My mic's went out.
if that's the thing, what I'm saying is you're still not making a silhouette of a person blocking light, and
Touché.
like that. Don't get me wrong. What you're saying is bonkers.
Yeah,
I am.
right?
I'm not downplaying that, but like, fuck, that was crazy. I saw a silhouette. I saw a silhouette of the person,
Yep.
with the light flickering, and then the previous one, you saw a fucking head come out.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah. I could hear the light
Yes.
switch going on and off.
oh yeah, easily could hear the light switch going off, and seeing cabinets open and close. I saw that in this one, and you know, you saw that clock go in 2 different directions. I don't think that person was doing it. I mean, I think there are things you can do. Like what you're doing is very exciting and cool stuff. I just don't think you can just naturally do those things without practice, without
Agreed.
understanding.
I'm just saying that if I'm able to lift a cotton ball from my house and lift a cotton ball up in Kayla's house and catch it on fire, there's a lot more that goes into this gateway crap that could manifest something. That
Oh, yeah.
could. I mean, if you want something to happen hard enough, if do I believe it's going to happen? Hell no, I don't. I don't believe I'll be able to lift a cotton ball up and catch it on fire with my mind from Kansas, Indiana. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
But if I were to do that, or Kayla was able to do that from her house, that means that
If
something's
you
in the
caught it live
paranormal.
on
I know.
If you caught it live on stream, I'd shut it down. I'd shut that witchcraft right down.
I'm just saying, if I'm able to do that
Nope,
with
we're
my
not
mind,
doing this.
the paranormal changes because if I'm able to do that, other people are able to do it unknowing that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. But that's
I-
a hard if that happens.
That is a strong one.
Like
you
a
know,
99% if.
I don't believe people could do those things. I
Yeah.
mean, in a stressed out environment, yes.
I mean,
Go ahead. I actually have a story I have not told you.
in a stressful environment, if I'm able to catch anything on fire with my mind, there's more that I can do with my mind. Is all I'm saying.
I will say I had all my stuff I had going on with my family, I was very stressed out. And when I get stressed out, weird shit happens to me.
Yeah.
And I had something weird happen to me while I was in the hotel sleeping.
Really?
I had an out-of-body experience, but I'll save that for the very end.
Kevin, you need to do this with me and Kayla.
I know. I
You need
will
to do
tell
it.
you the story.
You need to do it.
I need to. I will.
Let's
I
do it
will.
tomorrow.
You complete you. No, I got shit I gotta do. I'm still getting caught up on things, but don't. I am not saying I will not do it. I will do it. But I just need to. Maybe I'll start with you guys while you guys do these things as well. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us. I'm interested to hear about this.
Yeah, at the end. So move on. Let's go. But I'll tell my out of body experience I had a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Ghost Girl. This next video, posted to Reddit by user Lil Goth Doll, was recorded from a monitor, then screen capped on a phone before it finally made its way to the internet. So it's a bit potato quality. Nevertheless, the video is chilling. It was pulled from the dashcam feed of two truck drivers after a very frightening incident. So, one night two truckers are driving on Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama, when they get the scare of a lifetime. The panic-stricken truck drivers pull over and call 911. But when they check the highway and the surrounding area along with arriving police, they don't find anything. There's just no one there. After the truck drivers request a viewing of the footage recorded that night on Highway 5, they are shocked. Just like they thought, there is in fact a girl in a long dress walking across the road, seemingly getting hit by their truck. They later find out that there's a well-known ghost story associated with this road, Highway 5 in Lynn, Alabama. The story goes that 10 years ago on a rainy night, a teenage girl on her way home from her high school prom lost her life on the road after being hit by an 18-wheeler truck. Over the years, many truck drivers claim that they have witnessed a girl wearing a prom dress on Highway 5. So could it be that these truck drivers captured the prom dress ghost of Highway 5? Their reactions certainly look convincing, but as always, you decide. The Ghost Files. Popular German
I would have slammed my freaking pulled my e-brake and like hit the curb, so it was like that in my car.
Oh my god, that was
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, the passenger's reaction got me. Like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, woman in white on a road, you know what I mean? Like, that's just classic.
Carly, what are you talking about? The residual
Residual
get
as
out.
well. Residual is all get out. Yeah, totally. I 100% agree. That is a residual haunting. A woman, maybe even the exact thing that they're saying. A girl died in a prom dress, and that is her. You know,
Kevin,
it
these
fit
are-
the profile.
You picked a great one tonight, dude.
This is good.
This is good. Holy crap.
I didn't watch it. This is just straight. This is his a second to oldest one.
Oh,
Well, second to newest one. I'm sorry.
she even had
Yeah,
prom hair.
yeah. She even had prom hair. Like, she was all done up.
Huh. What do you think?
I think it was legit. You know, you caught it. You had the police come out. Shit, they saw the footage. You know what I mean? Like, all that was there. It's
And
crazy.
Reddit is a reliable source compared to Tickety tock.
Yeah. Well, this was a dash cam.
Didn't they say something about the Reddit talked about it though?
Yeah, it got posted on Reddit and then pulled from Reddit.
Okay.
You know, but is someone talking about their dash cam experience from two truckers? You know.
Yeah. Resurrection Mary has a daughter.
Well, let's move on. I think this is the last one.
This is the grand finale before Kevin's story.
This is it.
Popular German paranormal investigators Die Geisterakten, which translates to The Ghost Files, travel to an allegedly haunted estate in Bad Ems, Germany. The sprawling structure was constructed in the 1920s and served as a critical care center run by the Protestant Church. The makeshift medical center was staffed by nuns and female church officials who devoted their lives to caring for the sick and the elderly. Many of the patients at the care center suffered from devastating and highly contagious diseases. So it's not surprising that over its 70-year history, many people lost their lives inside these walls, including men, women, children, and even the devoted nuns who often caught infectious diseases from the very patients that they were treating. The staff of the care center slowly dwindled until there was just no one left to care for patients. The care center was eventually left abandoned in 1993. Cut to current day. The abandoned historic building is said to be haunted by the spirits of its deceased patients. There are countless reports from visitors who claim to have seen dark apparitions and witnessed unexplained supernatural activity inside the old abandoned care home. The Die Geisterakten investigators split up into 3 teams to explore different sections of the massive building. When team members Daniel and Viola explore the basement, they begin to experience something truly bizarre.
Einfach durch so eine Tür gehen.
Hast du das gehört?
Was war? Was war?
Das klang gerade wie eine Stimme.
Eine Stimme. Einfach durch so eine Tür gehen.
Hast du das gehört?
Hallo? Ist jemand bei uns? Wir waren gerade schon wieder Schritte. Hallo? Jetzt von hier?
Wollen wir mal gucken gehen?
Auf jeden
Das
Fall.
sind definitiv Schritte. Hast du das gehört? Halt
Was
mal.
denn?
Halt.
Was war?
Es hat übelst geknallt. Hallo?
Daniel and Viola hear the unexplained voice of a child and soon after hear loud footsteps coming from all directions. The 2 investigators call out to whoever could be making the creepy sounds, but no answer. And Daniel and Viola aren't the only ones hearing strange things. Team members Julia and Katja are exploring another area of the building that used to be the children's ward, and they too start to hear something.
Ich tue mich mit der Ecke hier schwer.
Okay.
Ja, so viel Schlabertüre aus der Ecke. Das hört sich an, als ob ein Kind schreit.
Hast du es gehört?
Ja.
Ich habe es auch gehört.
Da wieder. Da war ja mal eine Baby, eine Kinderstation.
Julia and Katja also hear the creepy voice of a child coming from somewhere inside the building. Later into the investigation, Daniel and Viola start hearing unexplained footsteps on a stairway and begin to feel like someone is watching them. They set up a thermal imaging camera and connect to a large screen so that they can watch in real time. They sit down on the stairs and start to ask questions directed to any spirits still lingering in the abandoned care home. The 2 witness and capture something absolutely chilling.
Du bist noch auf der Treppe, ne?
Magst du mal die Treppe runterkommen? Komm doch mal zu uns. Setz dich doch mal zwischen uns. Das wird aber auch gerade kälter werden. Gerade wird's eiskalt.
Umso länger wir miteinander reden, umso mehr werdet ihr, ne? Gibt's irgendeinen Kommunikationsmechanismus, in dem ihr euch, wenn ihr mit uns redet, wenn ihr mit Menschen allgemein redet, der dann die anderen Energien anzieht?
Hinter uns und an deiner rechten Schulter.
Das ist rundherum gerade.
Ja, aber das sieht gerade, also bei dir rechts ist definitiv, irgendwie sieht das aus, als würde sich da irgendwas manifestieren. Also wir können dich sehen über unsere Technik, können wir dich so ein bisschen sichtbar machen. Magst du mal meine rechte Hand berühren?
The investigators watch as thermal shapes and distortions seem to appear all around them. One figure seems to rise up right between them, and another shape even seems to touch Daniel's hand. Meanwhile, Julie and Katja, who are exploring a different section of the large building, are also beginning to feel like they are not alone.
Okay, da war ein kleiner Elf. Wer ist das? Hallo? Daniel? Wer ist da? Jetzt ist jemand da. Hallo? Wer ist da? Bitte.
Das war mehr als gruselig. Jetzt müssen wir die anderen aber informieren.
Mhm.
Oh Gott.
Leute, wir sind nicht mehr alleine.
Hallo, wer ist da? Oh mein Gott, mein Herz rast. Hallo? Alter, was geht da bitte ab?
Lass uns zurück.
Oh mein Gott.
Julie and Katja hear disturbing sounds and movement coming from somewhere near them. Because the sounds are so loud, they think there might actually be another person in there with them. They decide to just get out of there. Using their walkie-talkies, they call the rest of the team back to their meeting point. But whatever is in the building seems to follow them. What happens next shocks them all.
Hier an der Treppe haben wir unten das Licht gesehen und die Stimme.
Hallo?
Das war aber hier unten.
Stefan?
Ja.
Hinter uns. Das klang gerade wie Stöckelschuhe. Habt ihr das gehört?
Ja, was wie vorhin auf der Treppe.
Stöckelschuhe. Stöckelschuhe. Ganz eindeutig. Hallo?
Stefan is downstairs when the rest of the team hears the sound of high heels coming down a hallway. When they look down the hall, one of their cameras captures the dark silhouette of what seems to be a woman walking from right to left before suddenly vanishing into thin air. So did Die Geisterakten capture the spirits of deceased patients that are said to haunt the abandoned building? And if not, just what did they capture? You can watch this full 2-hour episode and many more creepy investigations over on the YouTube channel, Die Geisterakten. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on Instagram here and on Twitter there, and hopefully I'll see you next week.
That is
That was a good
intense.
one, dude. That was
good. That was, oh man. Nuke had a good one tonight.
Yeah, he did.
That was super good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Waverly in Dutch.
Yeah, I got chills again on my entire back.
Yeah. Oh, that's legit.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I believe that because I've seen Shadow like that before. So I mean, it didn't look fake. It looked like what I saw before when we stuff you've seen before, James and all of us. Jesus.
I don't know if I've seen anything that clear.
I have. I've seen a shadow that clear. Like not made a silhouette like that.
Yeah. Man.
Oh man, that was a good one.
I think they were all intense, man.
Except for the TikTok.
Majority of the
for TikTok.
Yeah, except for the TikTok. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna.
But
go,
it was dealing with kids. It's still intense.
I'm gonna go look at the TikTok tonight that Kay was gonna send me. Hopefully, if she
fashionable nuns, Carly.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That was good stuff. That was some good stuff.
All right,
well, so my story. While we still have everyone, thank you all for tuning in, and I am gonna do a shameless plug. You can go to our page and check out our merch that we have. Do definitely if you like any of it, purchase it. It'll get shipped to you. We appreciate it. If you have any ideas, do let us know. Some stuff you'd like to see. But we have cups, shirts, all sorts of shit. It's pretty cool. Phone cases, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, with that, so my story, right? Man, so I was by myself at the hotel. My dad and brother went back home, and I'm in Indy, and we've been in this hotel 2-3 weeks now. It's towards the end. This is like one of the last nights I stayed there. This is second to last night that I stayed there, and I'm struggling sleeping. I'm having more and more nights where I'm struggling sleeping at this place. Not that I'm scared. Nothing about that. I just was getting insomnia. You know what I mean? So I am laying in bed, sleeping. I am dreaming at this point. So I remember my dream to some degree. I'm stuck in this building. I can't get out. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't remember much other than I'm stuck in a building. And I finally get out, and I run down the steps, and I'm running down the street. And I remember running, and then I jumped, and then I flew for a little bit, and then I got back down. I'm like, I can fly. So then I just flew, and I started flying, and I'm feeling it, and I realize that I'm in a dream. I'm really flying. Like, you know, have you ever had a dream that you knew was a dream?
Yeah.
That's what happened to me while I was flying. I was like, I snapped going, this is Kevin. You're dreaming and you're flying, and you feel like you're really flying. And it scared the shit out of me. And I woke up. And when I woke up, I heard like, you know, those not old, you know, those cheap blinds that you put over windows that are plastic that like bend and they make that weird plasticky sound.
Yep.
I heard that. Like, this is all in a split second. I hear that noise. I'm like leaning up, lucid dreaming. Yeah. I started lucid dreaming at that point. I started sitting up, and I felt something hit me in the back. and like it got all tingly down to like from my head to my backs of my heels. It's just on the back side of my body. It feels all tingly and hot, and I'm sleeping on my side. But I was like, I remember waking up and getting up, and then went boom, like in split second, all that happened, and I was just like, I think I was astral projecting.
So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I do that.
You like
I can astral project, but not on command. Like this has happened multiple times to me.
Kevin, do you know the reason why I'm saying this? I'm getting you excited again.
You won't want me to do
the gateway experience is exactly what you are saying. Ask Kayla.
Yeah.
You can feel the tingling thing. You feel like you're doing it. It's teaching you how to astral project from here to Indiana, to Kansas, to Florida, from here.
I've done it. I have had dreams where I remember.
Well, the gateway is teaching you how to do it on command.
One of the first times I remember astral projecting, and I didn't know what astral projecting was at this point in time. I was not a paranormal investigator. I had just gotten out of a relationship. I was engaged. It was a pretty rough time. I moved back home. I was really stressed out, going through a lot of shit. And I remember getting out of my chair. I fell asleep in, but I didn't get out of my chair. But I got out of my chair. I'm dreaming, and I walk out the wall and I start flying across the cornfields, down the roads, like I'm seeing a car, and I'm flying through the air, and like I come back into my house, I get back into my body, and I wake up, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And like, I remember it all. I remember it all, and I was like, what the fuck was that? And it like scared the shit out of me.
That's why I'm like so excited for you, because like what you're experiencing is exactly what Kay was reading, what the government's done, the gateway. And I don't know why you haven't done it yet, because it's fucking amazing.
A lot of stuff has been going on in my life.
I know. I get it.
But no, Carly, yeah, that is terrifying. Sleep paralysis is a real thing. It's not necessarily, in my opinion, not saying it is or isn't. It's
exactly,
my opinion.
Exactly.
It is not. It's not really paranormal. It's a chemical, like it's an imbalance that your brain causes you to have hallucinations, that you are dreaming, and it is absolutely terrifying. And I've had sleep paralysis as well, and I've never seen anything. I felt really heavy on my chest when I have it, like it's hard to breathe and something's sitting on me, and I just concentrate, like, okay, you're sleep paralysis, this is okay, just concentrate on moving your pinky. And as soon as I can move my pinky, I normally break it.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah.
Well, when your life calms down, you're gonna see, and just doing
it's getting there.
Just the first CD, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. What you just said.
One CD for $9.99, everyone.
I know. So it is expensive. It is expensive, but I'm telling you what, man. If you just read the PDF document that comes with it, just read it.
Yeah.
And watch what it tells you. It's gonna teach you how to control all of it. Which is, do I believe it? I don't know. But I can tell you from the first CD, oh my god.
I have a lot of lucid dreams. Like, I have a lot of scary dreams that I recognize are scary and are just dreams. And I am able to, like, I do some weird shit, man. I do some weird shit in my fucking dreams. I don't understand it.
Like, how weird, Kevin?
So, there was a point in time, this doesn't happen as much anymore, but there was a point in time where I had dreams about demons all the time.
I'm bad.
Like, I would have them once or twice a week, where I'd have demons in my dreams, and I would be fighting them. And I would know I'm dreaming because it's one of my tics is, if I have a nightmare, like if it's about a certain thing, like demons, I know it's a dream and I become aware of it. I don't know why it is, but every time I have a dream about this, I recognize it's a dream and I'm fucking Dean Winchester slaying bitches. You know, like that's what my dream. Like I'm scared and I'm running, and then all of a sudden I'm like, this is a demon. This isn't real. This is a dream. And I'm like, I become Sam Winchester, Dean Winchester from in my dream, and I just start killing demons in my dream. And that happened quite a bit for a while. Like it happened for like years. So it would die down for a little bit, and then it would happen again for a long period of time, and then it would die down for a little bit, and then it would pick up again. But yeah, I had that crazy shit happen to me for a while.
Well, this was that was amazing video.
Yeah,
man.
It was, Nukes was great. I loved our topic. It was a fun topic.
Yep.
Interesting stories. Not quite for sure if they're real or not, but definitely made you take a look and made you think about how the Men in Black could be today. You know. So, if you did enjoy what we're doing today, do follow, give us a like. We will be doing the one chip challenge when we get 6,000 followers.
6,000 followers. We're close.
So, Kayla will probably die while eating the chip.
Yes.
But also follow along as we give updates on our weight loss challenge that we start in April. And Kayla will be chopping off a lot of her hair.
Kayla, how much hair will you be chopping off if you don't make your goal? That's my interesting. Or that's what I want to know.
So when she's on, that'll be what you want to ask her.
Oh, okay. She's on right now.
Well, I mean, like she could show you how much she would.
Oh yeah, yeah.
If she was like,
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I'm saying short hair. Short hair. I don't know how short, but yeah. And then no eyebrows. She's not gonna have any eyebrows.
But she's gonna make her goal, so she's not gonna do any of that.
But she's gonna make her goal. It's up to herself and me. You know, I want to get down to like 190.
Okay.
And I'm like 230.
That's 40 pounds.
So.
Yes, it was a riot, Fred.
Thank you.
So
I appreciate you guys tuning in.
The one thing I want to talk.
Do you have anything?
Yeah, I just want to plug one more thing. Monday at Kayla at 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. We will be going live for about 40 minutes, and we're going to explain CD2 of the Gateway Experience. For those of who are not following or don't know what that is, just research it. You'll see all the data behind it. It is expensive. You can get on Amazon, Amazon Prime, Amazon, wherever. It's expensive. It's $99
what
per
we
CD.
What we might do is
36
do yours, and you guys finish it, and then you teach another person in the group, like me.
Well,
and then the next person being James.
It's not really teaching because how it works is like it's a 33-minute video or audio.
Yeah.
But he actually guides you. It's the way he says it, Kevin, is why I'm not concerned, but like very interested. Is he already knows like what's gonna happen?
Do you have a link? Carly would like a link.
So if you go to, dang it, Kayla, can you post a link? So I'll just search the Gateway Experience. You can find it. It's on Amazon. It's also under the Monroe Institute, but it's $1,000 for the program total. There's 36 CDs. I think Amazon's selling CD like $99 a CD, so it's expensive. But
Got it.
There's a lot of
That is a lot. That is a giant post. That's sorry about that. Hopefully that'll work itself out to be a nicer post, but
you don't have to spend that much money on it. All I'm saying is that we got it. We're going to do it. We're doing one a week. So it's a 36-week project that we're doing because we don't want it to go too fast. We want to kind of do it at our own pace. Yeah, link for the Gateway. It's on Amazon, but also the Monroe Institute is selling it. But for some reason, they don't have Wave 6, but we do. So Wave 6 you cannot find anywhere right now for some reason. I don't know why. It just got declassified by...
This one has Wave 6.
It does? Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it
was... V in front of the I is 6, I believe, right?
V in front of the... Is that 6 or... I don't know.
Roman numeral, I believe that's 6.
Yeah, it's 6. The Gateway Experience, if you just research it, you'll see the background behind it. It's got declassified by the CIA. And supposedly the Army was doing it too. We actually have a document. It's a very, very long document of basically every single part of the Gateway. And so that's what we're kind of explaining on Mondays. Kara kind of reads what the Army found that happened on CD2, and then what we experienced as well on CD2. So,
holy shit! I just noticed we've been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
oh Jesus, we gotta go.
Hell of a night. Hell of a night.
But that's on Mondays. We do that every Monday. So join us if you want to. You can kind of see our experience, what happened, and good luck on your research if you do get the Gateway experience. It is something that I cannot explain. All I know is you ever seen Matrix?
He's lighting cotton balls on fire
Yeah,
at one point. He's lighting cotton balls
Kevin, if
on
that
fire.
happens, holy crap.
Great
dude.
balls of fire.
But it's like the Matrix where he puts that thing in his head and he learns how to do Taekwondo. And he wants to keep on getting more.
I know karate.
That's what it feels like with this Gateway experience. Like, I want to know what else is down this rabbit hole. So that's all I got, Kevin.
Cool. Well, I appreciate everyone tuning in tonight and sticking with us through the long night. But you guys stay safe.
Can you plug our
and
sponsor
have
one last time, too?
What?
Right. Plug our sponsor. We got to plug them twice.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And definitely, we did get a new sponsor, Ray's Energy Drink. And you can check them out. Use our promo code WPRS Ghost. I believe that's our promo code, right?
Yep.
God, cool. Oh, excuse me.
They actually have really good products. I mean,
They do.
Yeah.
Their energy drinks are, some of them are zero sugar. And James was telling me they do have a sleeping aid, oddly enough. That he said he tried, and he goes, it knocked me out. So
and it's
I don't
legal.
know. I don't even
So,
remember what it's called.
That's good.
Yeah, it said it knocked him out. So they also help with sleeping. If you're trying to lose weight, they have definitely some whey protein, some of those things on there for working out and pre-mix, pre-workout stuff. So definitely check them out if you're going down that road. But stay safe out there, okay?
All right, buddy.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
everybody. Have a good night.
See you guys.